was in the mid-1990s, all these images kept coursing through my head. The series of images and sequences. And there were abstract shapes that were kind of vaguely sexual, and there were these disembodied hands that came in and squeezed and squashed shapes and threw things against the wall, and adolescent males wearing cleats jumped up and down on them, and so on and so forth. They were very insistent, I don't know, not daydreams, they were just things that kept coursing through my head. So eventually I started recording them in a sketchbook. And when I had enough of them, that became Lucious, which is a 5-minute animation, abstract animation, I guess you call it. Then I started screening it. And when I screened it, you know, you sit down and you have to look at it again and again, I realized what had been going on. In Lucious, my psyche had been working out a midlife gender identity crisis for me. Because I've been having, I'm going to be explicit here. I've been having these sexual fantasies about, and I had male parts in the sexual fantasies, and I had sex with men and women. And I was a little confused. Does that mean I wasn't a lesbian? Does that mean I wanted to have sex with men? I didn't know what it meant. So my psyche was trying to work it out. It was trying to take parts of my body apart and put it back together and what I would feel comfortable with. Well enough. That, you know, that was useful information for me. But then, because that was going on, that kind of led me into work with sexual fantasy. Because up until that time, I kind of needed sexual fantasy to orgasm, and I thought that was a bad thing. So, because here my body is shifting, there's some gender shift, so it seemed like a good time to settle into, to inhabit my body. So I started working with a tantric sex teacher, and she suggested I do some male role-playing. And so that was confusing because I wanted to not do fantasy, and role-playing is fantasy. But as it turns out, there's fantasy that takes you into your body and out of your body. I mean, most of the time, fantasy takes you into your mind, right, out of your body. So you're losing out on pleasure. You're making love with someone and you're off here. But if your gender image doesn't quite match your biological body, you're going to need fantasy to inhabit it. You're going to have to do some role playing. So it takes you into your body. So that was a good thing. Except, as it turns out, I'm crap at role playing. I mean, I'm really bad at it. So the next creative project I'm kind of working on now is to give role playing parties. If I have to learn how to do this, all my friends are going to have to do it too.